There's nothing that can ever bring me down.
Hello, good day, good morning, good evening to you anywhere you are tuning in. Welcome to GForce Media. GForce Media is a program that we have every week that allows us to share ideas and insights that can help us to grow and to become the best version of ourselves. Every week we come with different topics and we invite guests who are experts in their fields or who are running an enterprise. And we always invite them to come and share their story so that if you want to start an enterprise, you can learn from their story. If you have already started, you can learn strategies that can help you to grow in whatever you are doing. Today is not an exception. We have a lady in our midst. I guess a lady, a shy lady for that matter. But for this show, she will not be shy. So we're talking about the concept of entrepreneurship, but we're looking at it from the perspective of studentpreneurship, meaning we are students at the same time we are responsible. So the idea of this show is to help you to be responsible, not to be independent, not to do for national league, but to create a cake that others can depend on. So today, very excited to introduce to you our studentpreneur, the host, which is myself, and the guest is herself. Join me as we welcome Blessing. Hello. Hi. All right. Welcome. So once again, we have a guest in the house, and let's meet her. Join me.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Blessing. I'm a student of Nigerian University, 200 level mathematics.
Okay. When the concept of a student comes in, the first thing that comes to our mind is ASU strike. How did you feel when you start hearing about the rumor and when eventually the concept of ASU strike became a reality? How did you feel about that?
I was angry.
Why were you angry?
I had plans of making more money from the students, but when the news struck and it became a reality, I was okay. I'm not happy. I was not happy.
Really?
So I have to strategize.
If I hear you correctly, you said you have the opportunity of making money. Are you saying that you are living alone, you don't have parents that take care of you?
I do.
So what is the idea of you working when you have parents that can pay for your bills?
Okay, the thing there is I'm not the only child of my parents, so trying to lessen their own burden is also a plus for me. And being able to get stuff I need myself without informing them is also a plus for me.
Okay, there's something that catch my attention, which is the concept of females. You know, we see females as ATM dependents, always looking for who to get money from and this. So you have the opportunities of asking money from babe, boys, bro, and whatever. Who? So why do you decide that you don't want to depend on others giving you money, but you want to make money by yourself?
Okay. When that is mentioned, there's this mentality that comes with asking people for money. It gets to a point whereby you feel that you are accountable for your life. And you keep on asking, but they don't give, you even get angry when it's not your money. But when you have your own stuff yourself, you can spend the way you like. I'm not talking about excessive spending now. You can do things yourself that yes, with a sense of responsibility that this is how I got this money, I have to minimize how I spend it, and this is how I should work with that.
Okay. So the topic today is studentpreneurship. So we have two words, students, and then we have preneur. I believe it's from the concept of entrepreneur. So what does it mean? When somebody is being called a studentpreneur, what does it mean?
Okay, being called a studentpreneur is when someone is a student but engaged in different skills, hard work, to just add an extra income to ourselves.
Okay. Are there benefits and disadvantages of being a studentpreneur?
Yes.
Because even those that are full-time students, they find it difficult to cope academically. What now happens if you now combine responsibility with studies?
There are benefits, there are disadvantages also. Like for someone who can't cope with academics and wants to also venture into business, it's going to really be hard. And for me, I will always ask such person to make priority. If your academics is your priority, just let go of the other side. So you will not be lagging behind the boat because you are not capable of handling your academics and you want to have to do the lagging behind the boat. So the benefit, excess income, that's my cherished one.
Excess income.
Excessive. I get to meet people, you get new connections, people you talk to, and those people become long-lasting influence in your life, whether good or bad, depending on how you handle them. And disadvantage is tasking. It's not easy. Sometimes you are thinking of, I have a test tomorrow, and someone is asking you, I want you to teach me on this, and I'm ready to pay right now. I want us to start tomorrow. And you're thinking of your sleep. You're thinking of food and everything. So if you're not someone who is able to handle those things, they can cause a lot of stress and it will reflect in your health.
Okay. So what area of business are you in, and how did you decide that this is the area of business you want to go into?
Okay. First of all, I want to make this known to you. I'm not a jack of all trades because I do a lot of things. But let me not use the word costly. But I do a lot of things. First, I'll start with creative writing. I started creative writing when I left secondary school. Though I started when I was in JSS2. But after secondary school, I ventured into it and I've trained a lot of people. So along the line, 2020, COVID-19, I ventured into graphics properly. And during those times, I was also making hair for people, for friends, even getting paid for that. And recently, graduated, or I get admission into laptop designing. I went for the training. I've been using my phone all along, so I went for the training and into some baking stuff. So right now, I'm doing those things: baking, content writing, book editing, graphics, and more.
So the idea of going into multiple business at once, is it from the place of making money or from the place of passion?
Okay.
Because some people advise that you stay on one craft and develop, while some advise that every craft has their season, that sometimes you take this, you take this. So where's the balance?
Okay. Mine actually falls across all these things. Firstly, extra income is there. But the passion, let me say the passion was the drive at first. Because when I said that I was not making money, I was happy doing things. Even people had to tell me to start doing things. There are a lot of people I'm doing better than, they are collecting money. But I'm just doing my own. That was doing that money mindset. Me. So I'm like, wow, seriously? So, passion, money. And in Nigeria, you can't be doing one thing and say you want to be rich. No, look at Dangote now. Dangote is producing sugar, is producing everything. He's rich, but he's still going into different things. You can't become a millionaire doing one thing. You have to have multiple streams of income. When this one comes from this end, this one comes from this angle. Then when you bring everything, you don't have a whole.
So, what is the place of education? Because now you are a student right now. You could as well decide not to go to school and just focus on business. But decide to come to school. So, what's the important? Because you have people saying that this person not go to school, is making money. So, what's the place of education in life? Or as a business person, what's the place of education? Is it important or is it half important? Or what is the place of education? So there are some that will say, okay, since I can make money without going to school, I can as well not go to school. So how will you describe going to school and business?
Education is very important. Run away from motivational speakers. Education is very important because no matter how prosperous someone is without education, there is always more to become when you have the proper training. There is always, like on it, a tuition to give. You meet a lot of people. When you are educated, you've been able to navigate some levels, be able to know how some things go, and with that knowledge, it will spice up whatever it is you are doing. Unlike those ones that are not educated, yes, they may be prospering in what they are doing, but imagine someone, even as educated the person is selling and the person is selling it. There is an extra touch, and people who like fancy things that see, things that look nice, and the other person is making it big, but everything is exposed. You see, the difference is clear. No matter the price, the educated person costs, but you'll be able to give it to the person because you have seen that there is a level of upgrade in that.
Okay, so let's talk about money. What's the least money you have made from business, and what's the highest money you have made from business?
Oh my God, I'm very bad at record keeping. I'm so explaining that. But the least 1K
from one business.
Yes.
And then the highest you make from one business deal.
The highest. Let's say 30K. That during that COVID-19, I was online with my and someone reached out, someone one of my friend reached out to me and said she lost my watch. She went to my Facebook and lost what I was doing. I come and teach people. She runs an organization for female gender and she paid me 20K for that. That was my first employment. I was happy.
Wow.
And the other one came from, I think 2035 or so, came from a book editing I did for someone.
Okay, talking about business, let's talk about your experience in business. What has been your most exciting and the most, I don't want to call it disgraceful. Let's talk about the high point of business that makes you excited and something that has happened in business that makes you feel like quitting.
The high, should I say the good or the high? Okay, let me not follow the law. Let me take the good because the life the most exciting one is when I receive good reviews from either my students or my clients. So when you keep receiving reviews, it's written like, okay, actually I'm doing something good and it's what you tend to do more and that you're also on point. And the most discouraging moment is when that was when I had a student. Was it that one? Okay, there are two actually. And you keep teaching this person to the simplest way possible. The person is still not getting it. And you're like, what? So this type of people exist. How come? But I'm not like this. I've met some people that are really slow learners, but that particular one is really great. But at the very end of it, I was so happy. The person was even very happy that I was able to come down to our level to help her achieve something. And the other one that made me cry, I cried and I felt sick was when I got a manuscript from someone, supposedly a university graduate and NYS was graduate.
Good.
So the book made me run crazy. I was going through the grammar, everything was, I was editing, I was shouting, saying, Jesus, no, even me, I cannot write something like this. So that was, and the other one was when I was first starting to deliver. The client came from Germany, so and it was a short notice, but I had to take the offer. At least, to me, taking the offer is because I was wiping my influence, getting recommendation and working with someone in Germany. So the work was so tough, the grammar so I had to stay for days, 24 hours at least. The next day my face was swollen. After the other day I felt sick. I had to even drop the book. I said I'm not going to do this again.
So let's talk about business again. People have different concepts of business. The Bible, for example, said whatever your hand findeth to do. So it's not even specific. It's about anything, any opportunity that arises. So there are people that believe in expertise. This is my expert. While there are some, the ego mentality. Anybody that comes and says wants to buy something, whether you have it or not, you will not want the person to leave your shop. So what is your concept about business? Is it about staying where you are an expert, or when you even see opportunities, accepting to do it even though you can't do it, and then looking for someone that can be an expert? So we have people that are producers, there are people that are distributors, there are people that are connected, there are people that are agents. So what will be your perception about what business is about?
Okay, business, I like people when it comes to business. Not because I'm evil, but I like them. At least when a customer step into your shop, as a business person, you're not supposed to let the customer go. That's one thing I learned. So the evil man, even though he or she doesn't have that good idea, they will tell you to wait. You will go to the next level, get the stuff and give you. Either he increases the size, the price, and then takes the extra for himself or herself. But the person has created something. Now the customer will still come there. The person has helped himself, and the person has helped the other person with selling. So that's about that. And now about expertise, I also tell people to become an expert at what. No matter what, you should be known for something. If someone mentions this, people should be able to get your name without thinking for a long period of time. I know this person, blessing is good at this. But that does not limit you to learn other things. Like I said, I do a lot of things. At every opportunity, I want to always have something to contribute. If someone is talking about hairdressing now, I don't want to be in that discussion and I'm looking at them like, what are they saying? So I always like to add something to something, and something that is meaningful. So you got to
Why?
know everything. No, if you can't know everything about one thing, know something about everything.
That's a big quote. Taking note. Okay, now let's narrow it down to starting business. Starting business. We have different perception. I'm of the school of thought of picking an area of interest. For example, I'm excited about education, training, tutorial. So my line of business is books writing, editing, anything in the line of writing. So I believe in the fashion industry. Why some people believe in markets. Somebody comes around and asks for umbrella, and they ask for umbrella, then that becomes a business. So if that's the concept, how will you advise a student? Now we're narrowing down to students. How does a student start business? What's the first thing? What's the next thing? And how do you grow something? Let's start from the A to Z of running a successful business. For a dummy, 0 naira in the account, nothing, and want to start to make money.
Okay, you don't have any money, you want to start business as a student. Interesting. Okay. Now the first thing I believe you should do is to check where you are staying in your area. What's the problem? What problem does people need solution for? What do they need? That was one of the nuggets my coach gave me when I did the blessing. As I'm coming to school, don't drop everything you have been doing. Look for something to. And in my area, I discovered that we have issue of water. So I sold sachet water. Oh, I've done a lot. So I was selling bags. I thought that was a problem. So now, without having income, social media made everything possible. You can start without even without having any amount in your account.
You can snap somebody's pure water and put it on.
Yes, affiliate marketing.
Yes.
People have products. You don't have the product. Bring them. When you bring the person gives you particular percentage, commission. And once you get that commission, you can venture into it.
That's it. Okay, let's talk about students now. What opportunity do students have now that they are strike, and when school resumes to make money and to achieve success as a business person? They are at home now. What will you say to the student back at home on what they can do? So that by the time they will be coming to school, they will have excess money to spend. And then when they get back to school, what else can they be doing that will not affect their academics in any way?
So students watching this, there are a lot of things you can do, there are a lot of skills to learn. But I want you to take note. If you are not making money, even when you are doing something, please don't feel low standard, because you can use this time to learn a skill. The skill may not even bring money in at the moment, so you are the one to spend. You are learning tailoring or hairdressing, you are going to the place, you are the one spending on your transportation, feeding and everything. You are the one giving out. The thing is not coming to you since you are not the boss, you are not doing all the business. So if you are in that category, you are also in the right path. But if you are not in any of this, you want something to do, just look for a problem in your vicinity. Come online, you are with phone, it's not only for selfie, yeah, a lot of pictures, but a lot of things can build a brand around yourself, what you know. There's something you know that people don't know, and you think those things are just minor. Is it this ordinary thing? Everybody should know. No. Even how to drill power list of scale of preference. Some people don't know how to do it, and some are willing to pay for that. So if you are very good at that, you are someone that likes pushing people to do their task, make sure they finish tasks. That's something beautiful. I have a friend, she coaches people on how to finish their tasks every day, and she makes huge sum of money from it. So that's something you can do to earn extra income. And when you come back to school, that's even a wider opportunity, because you're going to see a lot of students, their needs, you can help them out, and those things they need, maybe like perfumes, bags, shoes. If you have the money, or you have someone that does that, meet the person, talk to the person. Sometimes you can be earning your own percentage.
So what will you say to students that feel the world owes them? They feel Nigeria is owing them, they feel their parents is owing them, and they expect people to help them. And they are saying, the reason why I'm not making it is because nobody is helping me, nobody is bringing money. What is your message to them about being responsible? Because that's the concept of entrepreneurship. What is your message to such a student that feel that somebody owes them, or they are waiting for when the government or somebody big will remember them, or they are even praying and they are waiting for magic to happen? What's your message for them?
Wow. Nobody is owing you. Not even your parents. They are not owing you. If they give you, you should be grateful to them. It's not. Look around. You meet a lot of people. Some people, their parents, they are living fine, but their children are living tattered lives. So their parents do not even care. They are alone. They are fighting for their own tummy. They don't want to die young, and they left their children to fend for themselves. So if your parents is giving you small and you're complaining, it should be this. It should be like A, because A is coming from a wealthy background. You're on your own. Nigeria is not owing you. You got to live. You got to hustle. Sorry, I was not to this hustling. I shouldn't have thought we don't hustle, but normally.
Alright. Let me take this question. Today, the NYC core members, they passed out. Even though you are a student, you are an entrepreneur. What is your word of advice to core members that passed out today? And they are saying after NYC, what next? And they are saying, where do I start from? What will be your advice based on your experience as an entrepreneur? Because some of them will still be going back to school, and a lot of them are asking what is next after NYC. What will you say to them?
Okay, if you are an NYC core member and you've not been busy with your life doing some things while in school, there's still time for you to learn a skill, develop yourself. You have online lessons you can do, and social media is just there for you to talk about yourself. With time, yes, it's not going to be easy building. It takes a lot of effort, even income. But with time, you'll be able to get what you want. Because I know of a lot of coming back, they're not even spending their allowance at all. They are doing something, some is affiliate marketing, content writing, and a lot of them, those things, they are high income skills. If you don't want it to be physically incompatible, you can do it even at home with your dial or phone or your laptop, your computer, anything. So those things, just get into them, learn them very well. So you not be just a mediocre or the best in your area, but when they remain the best around you in top levels, you also be mentioned.
Okay. We're almost done with our question. We have got 4 questions to go. I want to talk about the concept of branding. Because now we know that okay, it's important for you to do something, important for you to do for a need or a passion. How do you now move from knowing what you want to do to becoming someone that is a selling figure, like they say, or someone that is going global? You know you want to start selling books. How do you brand yourself? Can you talk to us about the concept of branding in a practical way?
All my explanation is coming from a place of experience. I'm not a branding expert. That's the said. The thing is, you have to study before you do. No matter what you want to venture, there's only someone doing that thing. The only thing that will differentiate you from that person is your personal uniqueness. Everybody has their uniqueness, the way they utilize their own skills. So that's different. But when you study them, you see some traceable characters that those people they have in common, and those characters or qualities are what is keeping them up there. So you are starting, and maybe you want to bring your thing online. Talk about it, educate people. People like it when you give them solutions to their problems. Develop your KLT factor. That's you know the like and the trust factor online. People cannot give you their money when they don't know you, they don't trust you, and when they don't like you. But when you are creating that environment, you are educating, you are giving them solutions. When next you come out and tell them, I want to give you this solution, but for a token of this amount, they'll be able to pay you. Imagine someone being invited to speak and the person is collecting 1 million naira, and the thief, the person say, I'm not going through by land, and people will still fly it because the person has developed his self or herself to that level to be able to charge, and people are willing, even though someone else can also talk about it, but no, this person has grown his or her influence to that level whereby people will sacrifice a lot just to get the person to work with them.
Then there's something I always encourage my followers online, which is the concept of AWOOF. I call it the AWOOF factor. The AWOOF factor is, I've noticed that a couple of students, some other people, they want to start selling. You just see them, they will post the bag. Sometimes they will post the bag, they will not have any written under it. Or they will just start posting bags. I always advise them that before you start talking about selling bag, talk about bags. Talk about the brands of bag, inventors of bag, and because of your knowledge, somebody can ask you to recommend for them. So I always encourage people to do the free stuff, give free information, and because of your knowledge in bag, people will now ask you to recommend something. So what do you think about the AWOOF factor? It's a factor I developed about the concept of giving free content and then using that to now attract to start selling.
It's actually good. It's a nice concept. And most of my trainings and pages start with free things. But I also observe that in Nigeria, because we are always in a haste to make money, we water down the benefit of the award. So everybody now wanting to do free training now or give free stuff. Some, what will I say, they copy others. You see some, they will go and take the things of YouTube videos. And when they will just give you link, go and watch. And you're like, and after the day 1, day 2, you are just seeing launching 2K for this paid training. When someone is not able to deliver in the free training, what will the person deliver in the paid training? So even when you want to give out, make sure you have something to give people. A lot of people that are there, they just want to test. Some did not want to come and gain anything. They want to know who is the person speaking. They want to see what can you deliver. And if you're able to deliver smartly, very well there, you can get connections that even lead to paying gigs and everything. So give free information without having it in mind that I will get it back with money. If money is what is driving, if that's your first drive, it's very, very wrong. Yes, money should be part of your drive, but if that's your main drive, it's very wrong. The first thing should be the way you can add to people. There's no way you add to people that is going to come back to you. There's no way. It's just in the law of nature. If you give people something with all your heart and you don't have any selfish reason, in one way or the other, the thing comes back to you. So
Alright. So today so far we've talked about being a studentpreneur, being responsible, being accountable. Now that we're almost done with the topic for today, we want to go deep into our guests. We want to know a little bit about her. So tell us something that people don't know about you.
Oh jeez. Okay, I believe you should have said, hey, this girl can laugh. Yes, I laugh a lot, but there are times I force myself to laugh that even though smile just say, no, I'm not coming to it today. There are times I cry my heart out. There are times I even see my phone, but I can't snap, even when I know that snapping is part of it. So that there are ups and downs. Like, there are a lot of things to do back now. Forget about what you see online. Yes, online, everybody is telling you, you are this, you are that, yes. But there is you before you came to online. There's a story, everybody has a story. Some stories that you are not really okay to share yet. The time is not right for you to share. And some are the ones you are just trying to figure out yourself before you make it come. Yes, if you are advising somebody, at least you should be able to overcome that thing before you get someone advice. That's when you want to why. I love reading. I read a lot. I invest more in books. If I have money, I can buy books. Hardcover books, yes. Even though I've written a lot of, let me say, all my books, I have about 4 published books on sale. They are e-books. My other unpublished is about 8 something of them. They have not written type them. Personally, I love hardcover books because of my eyes. So I invest on them and I play.
Wow.
Forget I'm shy.
A lot.
I play and I can stop.
Oh, true. Okay, so let's talk about your 4 published books. What are the books about and where can they be found?
Okay, one of them is social media etiquette, how to build relationship online. It's on Seller. If you want to get it, you can reach out to get the link directly to the Seller. That one talks about how you can start online with no followers or with you are getting 1 like or something and grow your audience to becoming people so and be able to get access to these influencers you look up to. This person is a boss. I think I can speak to him or her. I listed down the ways you can do that. And the other one is about content writing. For those saying, sometimes I have stories in my mind, but I don't know how to pen them down. I can tell stories, but when it comes to writing, everything just disappears. I make those things easier in their book. The third one is about purpose discovery. That was my first published book. Purpose discovery, how to discover your purpose, what are you meant to be doing, so you're not just going in circles and then coming back to the same position. And the fourth one is also on purpose, but titled What They Didn't Tell You About Purpose. Because a lot of people now come to tell a lot of stories, motivational speakers, this and this. No, sometimes there are a lot of things unsaid. So in that book, I talked about a lot of things unsaid that you can actually relate to yourself. You feel that, so you won't feel that you are just lesser of a human. That you also, even when you are this, you are still human. You are on the track, but then you need to step up your game.
So how do we find you online?
You can find me on WhatsApp on 08101521103 and on LinkedIn, One for Blessing. Facebook, I'm not active on Facebook for a while. My Facebook account got hijacked, so I'm not ready to go back there, even though I have a lot of evidence. So I'm pinching my tents on LinkedIn.
So the 4 books you say we can get one on seller. The remaining 3 can be found where?
You can get them directly from me.
Chat you up on WhatsApp and then you'll get that content. Okay. Alright, so our viewers, please send in your question. If you send in your question, we'll present it to our guest, and whatever answer she has to offer, then we'll send those questions to you. Okay, let's take a question from the audience. The audience, any question? Yes, you can speak up. Yes.
Okay, it was a very wonderful section this afternoon, and I believe our guest has been awesome all this while. I have this question for our guest. You know, in life, we always want to feel there must be a push before one gets to start up something. Now, as students, do you think it's best mentioned for students to get pushed maybe through circumstances that come their way, or it's just an inbuilt drive that comes from people to let me start something, or they will, or you know, there's a push that pushed you out to get something done for yourself?
Okay, that's a nice question. Some people is inborn. They always like to survey to do something. Why some circumstances? For me, it was both. In creative writing, it was inborn. In other aspects, circumstances actually made me to step up the game. So, no matter the reason for you to want to do something, the push you are having should be the positive one. It should not be the one that will a wrong push. Because actually something can push you doing something, you are very patient. And most someone asks, why are you even doing this thing? Why are you stressing yourself? Like, when the person now hears your response, they're like shocked. Like seriously, some with negative mindset, they give their all to something. No, that's very bad because at the end of the day, they are going to regret it. But when you create a positive atmosphere around that push, whatever it is, the condition, it's going to really help you. Remember where you are coming from and where you are going to and where you want to be seen in coming years. So I believe that should be enough to cheer you. And if that can help you, I also believe in having accountability partners or teachers or mentors, someone that can push you. Because everybody gets started, no matter how powerful or great you are, at some point you feel like, what I'm doing, is it even worth it? But when someone is there like you can do it, you can do it. And sorry, can I share a story about myself? When I did admission last year, I lost interest even coming online because the academic session unity was so compressed, and from home you must leave everything you are doing, focus on your education. Your education is priority, and all those things made me let go of social media. So coming back was not easy for me. I lost a lot of contacts, and losing my phone was so terrible. I couldn't get the numbers of others. But some people, those people who started together, I met in mentorship, they kept coming. Even some of them gave me invites just to drag me up from that place of, oh, I don't think you can work again. And I'm bouncing back.
Okay. So before we step out for the day, we always ask our guests to ask a question for the next guest. So we'll be having a guest on the show. Is there any personal question or business question you want to ask for our next guest?
I would like the guest to talk to Christian brothers and sisters. Those who believe that God must show them everything before they take a step. Especially in the area of marriage. I'm very keen when it comes to that area. Some people believe that God must show them a picture of a brother or a picture of a sister, what they do. And they themselves, they are not doing anything, they're just there sitting praying, expecting God to give a well-prepared meal to them. Please.
She will bring the meal or she will come with the meal. Be about marriage. Yes, marriage and relationship. So get ready with your question and be part. You can also be a part of our live audience, okay? So for today we talked about being responsible, studentpreneurship. That you can be a student and you can be responsible by laying your hand on whatever your hand finds to do. She's making money. She just told us the money she has made being an entrepreneur. So please be responsible during the strike action. When the school resumes, to be responsible. And very soon you will come here and share the testimony of how much you have made. Thank you so much for coming to the show. And I hope that when next, if we are inviting you, you will gladly want to be a part of the show. Alright. Thank you so much for being on the show. You can drop your question. Please like our channel, subscribe, share it, and tell others there is something great happening. Until next time when we have a new guest, go and succeed. Thank you.
The sky